Hello and welcome to TEChBrits. Coming up in this episode, we review these very headphones along with some mind-blowing dancing.
Indeed, and we're going to have some app reviews. We're going to be covering the latest in the Amazon lineup.
Yep, we're going to be talking whether Apple are getting slightly less restrictive on some of their policies.
And I have a surprise for Ryan.
Indeed, so watch all that after this intro. Hello and welcome back to TEChBrits. George Lim. Last week you got kidnapped by a gruffalo in a top hat. How was that for you?
It wasn't that bad, actually. It was rather beachy.
We did see the pictures on Twitter.
Yeah, there was a beach. He treated me well. And he let me bring the set back with me.
You know, I think next time I need to be kidnapped. Maybe some of the viewers should be kidnapped as well.
I've put in requests for future kidnap. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, Ryan, let's move on to the episode.
Yeah, let's start off with first a Bluetooth headphone review.
Okay. You've been given a secret from me.
Yes, I have. In fact,
I didn't actually know you had it until today.
No, well, I only just got it today.
Oh, that's all right.
But I'm already in love with them. These are the SoundWear SD50s. Now, I picked these up because of, well, first of all, they were given a 4-star review actually by What Hi-Fi. Which, I mean, I don't tend to review many of the mainstream, take note of many of the mainstream kind of media reviews because they're usually paid to slant on products quite a bit. But when What Hi-Fi rate a headset that's only 20 quid, 4 stars, then I take notice.
You're gonna go, what?
Exactly. So these are the ones.
Okay, they look good. I'm not sure about the big metal band at the top. There's a big metal band at the top.
I think that adds to the more sort of sturdiness of it, though. I think it looks a bit more...
Yeah, but what I mean is it's the fact that it's not covered up that kind of annoys me.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's just me or...
I mean, you can see that they have a bit of a glossy kind of finish on them.
Yeah.
And
volume up, volume down. It's got all the buttons you need, the LED for battery, and it's Bluetooth, yeah?
Yeah, it's Bluetooth. So, you see all these buttons down the side, and if you hold on the power button, then the device naturally turns on. But if you carry on holding it, then it will turn into the pairing mode, which I'm not sure it actually tells you in the manual, so take a note of that if you get one of these. But once that's paired, then you can just do all your usual functions: volume up, volume down, skip track forward, start pause, play pause, skip track forward, skip track back. On the bottom you get a mic.
Ooh.
So when you're taking calls, then you can be heard nice and clearly, and the music will automatically pause for you and automatically resume in the same place afterwards. Fold up, lovely. So nice and portable for travelling, and they sound rather great actually for the price. They have a pretty good bass on them, and the mids and highs aren't too bad for, well, even for a more expensive headset than this. But yeah.
Okay.
We can just see how they
buttons
sound.
at the back?
Yep, got the up and down the side.
Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Oppan Gangnam Style.
Well, that was a different music listening experience.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. It's bizarre. I mean, from 1999, you can't really go wrong.
Yeah.
Now, I must say, actually, you can get these from mobilefund.co.uk. $19.99 at the moment. The RRP on them, though, is $29.99.
It's still not bad.
But no, for either price range, they are pretty damn good.
Cool.
Right, so let's move on to the Lumia 920. Now, that was announced earlier this week.
Yep, you did an amazing sort of hands-on.
Yeah.
Well, not hands-on, like a...
First look kind of experience. But nothing was announced about carriers or pricing. Now, there's still no word on pricing, but there is a carrier here in the UK. Unfortunately, that's everything everywhere. And it's going to be exclusive for the first couple of weeks. But just today... now we're recording this on Tuesday. I'm hoping to release this on Tuesday. 4G was actually released here in the UK today.
Yay!
Yep, and it's actually really good. No, and we that is nearly across all the major cities.
Okay.
Pretty much by Christmas, it's going to be most of the UK. And already, I mean, tests are showing like 30 megabytes in London.
That's faster than my broadband connection.
I know. I was going to say, T-Mobile's 3G in the same area, which they were testing at the Science Museum, only got 3.6 megabits. per second.
Which is
I
the
just realised
speed of my
it's about
broadband connection.
yeah, which is about, if that.
Alright.
But yeah, no, 4G is looking fantastic. So if you want to get a Lumia 920, then obviously that's going to be one of the first launch headsets with LTE.
Okay.
And yeah.
It's weird because like I've always had a massive problem with 4G, like just generally the name and the idea, and like and NFC is another one I've had kind of like, but no one's going to use it. But the thing is, they're actually getting, now that they're getting sort of a lot closer to being mainstream and actually
more
like
reality.
and like people who aren't techie people, I've heard people talking about like NFC. And
yeah.
You know what NFC is?
I was going to say, it's a weird thing because usually in the UK we're, 4G is a prime example, we're slow on the uptake of things.
Exactly.
Like it takes a long time to get anything out there, and that's why we do sort of this show in a lot of ways, to sort of help show people like some of the latest technology, help them like uptake of the latest kind of startup apps and all that sort of thing.
I mean, NFC, I don't know if you know, because you probably don't, but it actually launched in my store last week.
Oh, no,
we now have NFC contactless chip and pin readers. So, you know, when I start playing with them today, it's my first day of work today, when I start playing with them, you know, you kind of, hang on, this is happening.
I know.
And that's kind of changed my brain.
I'm really excited about mobile wallets in general. Like they're quite a scary prospect as well. The fact that, like, alright, you can get like your wallet nicked or your phone nicked at the moment, but now you can get your phone nicked and have your wallet nicked with it, basically. So there needs to be a lot of security on it as well. But
the problem with security is it then takes away from the ease of using it.
Which could be interesting if, say, the iPhone 5 do integrate their fingerprint scanner kind of thing, because that's quite easy to do, and payments as well. That could be the killer for
more
iPhone 5.
on the iPhone tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a big day tomorrow. I can already hear all the fanboys screaming with excitement.
Right, let's move on. Back to the Lumia. We never actually started talking about them. We did. That's my bad.
But carrying on with Microsoft.
Okay. Nice
save. Nice save there. One of their biggest innovations is Connect. Now, Connect is a fantastic piece of technology, but obviously Connect 2 is likely to come next year with the Xbox 720, or I hope they didn't call it that, but whatever the next Xbox is. And a patent has come out, which if you're in a blank room, then the Connect 2 is supposed to actually project the environment on the blank walls around you. So so you can actually see the gaming environment around you projected onto the walls.
So how many people are not going to go when they go to buy a house? So this is my kitchen, this is my living area, this is my bedroom,
and this is my Connect room. Exactly, and soon you can start looking even crazier when you're screaming not only at people on the TV, but now you're screaming at walls when you're on Call of Duty or something like that.
It's a blank room.
Yeah,
it's like it's.
I hope they pad those rooms as well.
Exactly. You know, that's an idea that someone should take.
In fact, we might release a TEChBrits straitjacket as well to go with it.
That'd be amazing.
Right.
All right, moving on.
Yep. Now, one of the biggest stories of the week was, of course, Amazon's press conference, where they announced a couple of rather cool products. One in particular, but first of all, we'll start off with what should have been the show taker, but for me really wasn't, and that's the Kindle Fire.
Okay.
Now, the Kindle Fire has the same 1280 by 800 resolution as the Nexus 7.
Okay,
right, so there's already no advantage there. It has the same 216 ppi pixel density. Again, no benefit there. But the Nexus is faster. Again, no benefit there, because the Nexus is 1.3 gigahertz quad core, whereas the Kindle Fire is 1.2 gigahertz dual core.
Yeah, I don't think comparing the Fire to the Nexus, I mean, they are competitors and they are in the same space, but what I mean is, I don't think Amazon are going after the Nexus. I don't think they're trying to
I didn't think they were, but now they're trying to push a lot of gaming and that sort of thing on it. Then they're going less from just a content delivery kind of device to more of a full-featured tablet, which is the wrong sort of direction, I think, for Amazon. But anyway, let's just carry on with the specs.
Let's carry on with the specs, yeah.
So the Nexus is also lighter, and of course the Nexus runs the stock version of Android instead of the Fire crap. But again, what Kindle Fire was supposed to be a front face for Amazon's marketplace and all their content, which a lot of it we don't get here in the UK.
Yeah, that's the problem with most things. I mean, that's something I think no one can deny the A company, the fruit. I'm trying to avoid saying their name today. No one can deny them because they offer apps to nearly every country that you can buy an iPhone in.
Yeah.
With the exception of like 4.
Yeah.
Because they can't or something. But they give you content. Okay, they didn't give us TV shows and movies at the same time as the US, and Amazon aren't exactly doing it much better. But like with apps and stuff like that, they are delivering.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's undeniable. Yeah. But again, I mean, my recommendation over here would be that it's pretty much a waste of time at the moment until like Amazon Prime launches here with all their movies and TV shows in the UK, which we don't get yet. That's again US only.
Yeah.
Then I think it's a bit of a waste of time.
I mean, it's a waste of time because, like I said, they don't have the content. We don't get the content. You're not going to want to buy the device to view the non-content one.
And of course, with the Nexus as well, you're going to be getting likely the latest version of Android for the next few years. Whereas with Kindle Fire, I mean, it runs 4.0, not 4.1.
So it is running. Oh, okay. So it's running.
Yeah.
Not Jelly Bean 1.4. That's
ice cream sandwich. I think, or it might be Jelly Bean, but it's not the latest version, and again, it's skinned as well. So
skinned isn't always bad, I don't think. I mean, when like with Samsung, as much as with the TouchWiz, is what I'm talking about. They try and kind of make it look like stock. But they've still got
not too bad.
They've still got. I don't like TouchWiz. They've still got like their Samsung-y things. What Amazon have done is they have like completely skinned it.
Yeah,
it's completely different to any other. If you look at a Fire, you don't think Android as much as it runs on it. I think they skinned it well. The skin isn't great, but they've skinned it in a way which kind of, I think even Google kind of wanted people to skin phones like.
Yeah, sort of. But anyway, that's launching over here £159 for a 16GB version, which is
cheap.
Which is better than the Nexus 7, more memory and cheaper as well, and £199 for the 32GB. So that's pretty good. Now let's move on to the device that I thought was really good. Now, I do like Amazon as a company. I think that they are really innovative, and I think this device really shown it. And that's their Kindle PaperWhite, and this is something that I want to pick up. Now, 62% more pixels than their previous version. 212 DPI, which...
Wait, they're the previous what?
Than the previous Kindle.
Sorry.
Bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Than their previous Kindle.
Okay.
212 DPI, which they said allows new fonts that they've added in. So you can actually see the kind of tells and stuff actually on the fonts.
Okay, that's good.
Has ambient lighting. Now I think the whole point of this is so that when you're reading at night, like you don't get kept up by the light. You know that they say that you shouldn't like view monitors and stuff on the night because the blue light keeps you up. I think that this helps prevent that.
Yeah, no, I heard about that. It's almost like a book light.
Yeah.
So that you can read in the dark.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what I found the problem with the Nexus is that I tried to read it on a night, but I end up all night because it just keeps you alert. But it's the technology that they've put into this. They've put in a few things. They've added something called time to read, which monitors your reading habits about how quick you're flicking through the pages, and it'll tell you how long that it reckons it'll take you to read to the end of the chapter or to the end of the book.
Yay.
It's good for readers.
Yeah, no, sorry, I can just imagine myself reading and just be like, when I go to time to read, it's like, at your rate, you'll finish this chapter in a year. You'll finish this book in NA.
I was going to say. But something I found cool was the X-ray feature as well. Now,
there's an X-ray feature?
Yeah, this will examine the book and you can see all the characters that are in the book. You can see sort of in-depth details about them, how many times they come up. You can see all the quotes from the book, all that sort of thing. Now, what was quite cool going back to Kindle Fire on this is that they also implemented that into like movies and things like that. Where you can tap on like the character's face, like when you're playing a movie, and you can see all description and stuff like them.
There was a service. Now, I don't know whether I dreamed this or whether I actually found it, but there was a service. I was watching a podcast a long time ago, and I clicked on a button accidentally on their site, and it came up with another page just playing the same video, and I started scrolling over things, and when you could scroll over, for example, if you were to do an example here, you could scroll over the Xbox and be like Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Buy here, and you could scroll over like you, and it'd be like Ryan Dawes, Wikipedia. Well, it wouldn't be Wikipedia. We don't have a Wikipedia page. But you could do but you could do things like that, and I was like, what? This is really cool. And then I tried finding it again, and I couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, that just sort of adds a whole new interactivity to videos.
Exactly.
And that's the way we're going. I mean, BBC are trialing a service at the moment where it will actually personalise the content to you.
Yes, we spoke about this in an episode.
You sort of log in and it will add in your own sort of photos, your own music taste to sort of radios playing in the background, that sort of thing. Yeah, I mean, they only done a trial of it again recently. I think you can actually access it somewhere on the web. So I'll try and find that for you later.
Yeah.
Now, anyway, going back to PaperWhite, the final feature that they added was called Whisper Sync on Voice, where you can read the book, and afterwards, once you finish reading, you can continue on via audiobook, where you finish off. So
Yay!
you can go
That's quite good. Because, like I said, I don't read much, but I do like audiobooks. So that's great, actually.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right, so let's move on to our next story. Now, this is a very apt time in. If you see my tweet earlier, then you'll know what I'm on about now. And that's because the Apple event is tomorrow.
Yes.
But are we seeing a less restrictive Apple? Apple, of course, are known for their lockdown ecosystem, that they want you to do things their way and only with pretty much their stuff.
Okay, before we go on, I want to share something with you.
Yeah,
now,
here we go.
I got back from Gruffalo. Gruffalo dropped me home.
That was nice of him.
But he did do something while I was away. And
God, what did he do?
I have been saving this from you. I've told all my friends, I've told everyone, but I've been saving it from you and the audience until today because I want to show you on the show because I wanted to see your face.
Right. This could be another sad moment where we add it to the wall. It's not quite dead yet.
So, no, it's not dead, but my iPhone has had a bit of an accident.
Yeah, you could say that. My gosh.
Yeah, that was my reaction when it happened. And then I started crying.
I still want to cry for you. That's a painful thing to watch.
It is. It's a painful thing to hear. It just kind of hit the floor, and I just sounded like...
It's one of those slow motion.
It sounded like
an
egg.
Sort of, I know you've had some weird problems with your phone, but...
Like, you know when an egg hits the floor, it cracks and it splats? It kind of sounded like that, and I kind of went, that's still in one block, right? Like, I swear there's like part of my phone still under that couch, but... that I had to share that with you on the show, because I thought that was really good.
That's Apple's secret sauce. The iPhone is powered by eggs.
Yes! Not by apples? That doesn't make sense. Right.
No.
Let's now go on to the whole less restrictive Apple thing. This is what the whole story was meant to be about.
Yeah, before we start talking about how iPhones are run by eggs. Right, so yeah, going back to it. Now, first of all, the thing that makes me think that they're getting slightly less restrictive is because of Twitter. Now, if you go on their mobile site, on iOS 6, then you can actually upload photos from your photo library just using the web app, which is something that...
That's actually a feature. That's a feature. You can now upload... In iOS 6, you can now upload photos onto websites.
Yeah.
If you go to like Photo Bucket or YFrog, or just basically generally sites that have a little box that says browse for photo, you can now do that on iOS 6.
Yeah, I mean, that was something that was a long time coming and again made me want to switch. But yeah, that's one sort of point that made me start thinking that they're a bit less restrictive. The other thing is the share sheet. Now, when you go to share something, obviously you come up with the kind of interface that I didn't sort of really like before, but so you get all the share options. You can share to Facebook, you get the Twitter icon, and you get like the YouTube icon if you're on a video. But that share sheet, to me, looks quite obvious that third-party apps are going to soon be placed in there as well.
Yeah, because it's holes.
Yeah, essentially.
It's like it's got holes in it.
Yeah, and that means hopefully soon that you should be able to, like say, open up Safari, press that share button, and then instantly share to like Paper or
Google Plus
or Instapaper or anything like that.
Yeah. That's good. I think that's a long time ago.
Yeah, definitely. Again, it is features that are playing catch up a lot with with both Android and Windows Phone for that. But one of the things that's quite similar to Windows Phone that's coming soon and something that I really like is opening apps within apps. And what I mean by this is so that you could like open up, say, Avid, like the video editor, and then you can edit like an image in that in Photoshop. and then sort of move it back.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use apps for other tasks and then bring it back. So you're being able to utilize the best of both, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I think that has to be in the pipeline. I don't know if that's going to be an iOS 6 thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, apparently there's already some frameworks already in there that's hinting at that sort of thing. And another thing that they're hinting at is like sub-processes, so that you can run other apps in the background whilst you're running an app, kind of thing. So again, if I just use...
I'm lost.
So you don't have to open up that app again. So again, I'll use the example of like Avid. Right, so you open like a photo, but then you want to just colorize that photo, for example. There's apps to like colorize photos.
Yeah.
So you don't have to leave Avid, you can just press for that app to run in the background, like colorize the photo for you, and just make that photo like colorized. Like cartoonized.
Right.
And so then you don't have to leave the app. It's just using that other app to run a process.
Okay, I kind of get you. But then wouldn't Avid's app then have like, if you didn't have the cartoonized app, then that'd just be like a useless button?
Well, no, because it would only be there if you had the like sort of other apps. So other apps link into it.
Okay. I kind of get what you mean.
Because of like, well, I mean, Apple already do it. They already do it for their mail app. So if you're in other apps and you press like send via email, obviously the compose comes up.
Yeah.
Which is like a sub-process running.
Oh, all right. Yeah, no, I definitely get what you mean now. Okay, so it essentially running processes that you can only run in yes.
So it's sort of apps within apps kind of thing.
Almost.
And like sort of inter-app communication like Windows Phone has.
Mm-hmm. I did have one more thing to say on the whole less restrictive Apple idea, which was when YouTube's app came out today, and we'll get on to YouTube's app later, in a minute actually, but YouTube's app came out today and it got me thinking, will Apple incorporate a kind of like open with kind of thing on like links? Because like they've already got it in Mail, when you get an attachment you can open with different apps if you've got different apps. They do it in Dropbox has it as well. You got to like open with Evernote or Paper or whatever. But what got me thinking about the whole link thing is when you tap on a YouTube link, you get sent to the YouTube website. Yeah. But YouTube has now got a fully fledged app that is still owned by Google. It's through the App Store, but Apple and Google's, as much as they're sort of trying to break away from each other, I think they're still kind of close-ish, sort of as business partners. And I think Google might go, well, why not give people the option to tap on a YouTube link and open it within the YouTube app?
I think that will come in Chrome, like very soon. Like with Chrome, you can, like if you're in Gmail, for example, you can already like open in Chrome.
Yeah.
Now.
But what I mean is, do you think Apple will incorporate this natively?
Yeah, I would think so.
I would hope so. But that was kind of my thought.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd think so. Right, so talking of YouTube.
Hey!
Yeah,
Segway.
You have a YouTube app to show us, which
yes,
came out today.
Sorry. I'll take my phone out.
So yes, the YouTube app finally launched on iPhone today. It's coming to iPad soon.
Yeah,
and here it is.
This is the new YouTube app. It starts off with your home feed, which is essentially what you see on the home screen of YouTube. You've got your subscriptions, anything that YouTube have recommended to you, and you can turn that off from uploads only to things they want to recommend as well. So you can select between highlights and upload only. Just tap on that button. It's a very Facebook mobile-like interface with the 3 lines, which brings it in from the side. But you can log in, so we've logged in there as TEChBrits, and then you can actually bring up every one of your subscriptions, which takes forever to scroll down, because we've got a lot of subscriptions, because we love you all. So yeah, you can search using voice or the search bar. It has autocomplete, so if we just search for TEChBrits, see it has autocomplete, something that the old app didn't have. So just do a search. And you can switch between videos and channels, so you can say these are the TEChBrits videos, and this is the TEChBrits channels, including our parody channel, which we do not control, obviously. So yeah, let's just look at Ryan's latest video. So this is the new video sort of layout. The video there in the middle. which is just loading on my incredibly poor internet connection. You got your description at the bottom. Any suggested videos? Let's turn Pass Ryan down. Any suggested videos there, so anything basically that is related to the Nokia or anything we've done, and then all the comments you can also read as well, including add a comment in this really nice sort of bubble-like thing. If you turn it sideways, it obviously makes the video full screen, but you can still like it and dislike it, and you can share it with like different places. So you can share it on your normal places, Google+, Twitter, Facebook, email. You can text message someone or just put it on your copy and paste, just copy it on to somewhere else. So put it in a note or something like that. And that is essentially the YouTube app. I mean, it's still missing a few features. You can't reply to comments, and you can't do certain things, but no, it's a pretty fully functioning app, and it's really nice. I prefer it to the old native, and I actually prefer it to the web app as well. I'm quite a big fan of the web app, so that's that.
So, yeah, I mean, that was like a long time coming for me. It was quite hard to live. Well, I say it was hard to live without the YouTube app. It wasn't hard to live without the YouTube app.
And it's a much better app than the old native app.
Exactly. Right, so now I want to show you an app which you Android users, I think, will be really thankful of. Now, this is called GCloud Backup, and essentially it's iCloud for Android.
GCloud.
And GCloud, yeah, it's the GCloud Backup. So this is the app.
Okay.
Now, essentially, as I said, this is pretty much just iCloud for Android devices. So this will back up all your contacts, all your pictures, videos. You can see that you get 1 GB of storage free, which is really nice. You can upgrade that. You can either pay 99 cents for 10 GB, so that's very good value, or you can have unlimited storage for $3.99, which is even better value considering a lot of other services. Again, there isn't much else I can really show you with this, but obviously if you move to a new device and you can restore all what you've already uploaded, whether again that be your documents, your contacts, your pictures, and just helps to keep all your Android devices in sync. So if you just have a quick look at the settings, you can make sure you back up only on Wi-Fi. If you have a certain amount of data, you can enable all notifications. Automatic backup is worth noting, so this will do it automatically for you. Just leave it going in the background and everything is backed up nicely for you.
Yeah, that is very...
Yeah, it's pretty much iCloud, isn't it? Alright, next I have an app you've probably already seen, but I'm really impressed with it. It was under Apple's new and noteworthy this morning, and I gave it another go. But this is called Storify. Now, here's this one. Pretty much as the title kind of half explains, it's for telling a story. It's sort of like Tap Jose in that you can bring in content from other sources. So I'll just show you with this demo note here. So if I just edit this, just leave it a title, I'll just call it demo, add your own description to it, test example. But this is what I mean by you can pull in from other sources. So you can see here we have a Twitter button. So I can pull in my Twitter feed. I could drag in, say, Geeknoid's tweet to me there. Instantly pull that in. I could see all my favorites. I can actually write a tweet from here as well using iOS's built-in tweet application. Pull in from Facebook. And pull in photos from your Instagram. So I'll put in that nice Duff beer there. Again, these are all just random things I'm pulling in here, but if you were actually to do this properly, then you'd be having a sort of point to your story. YouTube, pull in one of our videos. And you can also pull in sources from the web as well. So it doesn't have to be on your social networks, you can just browse the web and pull things in as well. But once you're done, then you just press publish. And you can send that story onto your social networks, whether that be on Twitter or Facebook. And it will also notify people that you've used their tweets if you want. So that's Storify. I think that's a lovely app for taking notes, doing presentations, that sort of thing. And yeah, it comes well recommended.
Cool.
So yeah, that's Storify.
Awesome. Well, finally, I want to round up the whole app segment with a game because everyone loves games.
Yeah, and you're a very hardcore iOS gamer.
I am a very hardcore iOS gamer, and I found this today actually on my list. It's called Airport Scanner, and essentially it allows you to be airport security, and sort of this is what it looks like. Essentially, it's one of these really, really addictive games that you play. So it's almost like the next Angry Birds. Not quite the next Angry Birds, but you'll get what I mean in a minute. So if we hit play game, you get recruited as a member of the TSA at Honolulu Airport. It's the basic airport. And essentially, you've got to find illegal items in people's luggage. So the first person goes through, and this is their luggage, and you can see the luggage. But if you hold on to the luggage, as you notice, the machine starts to rock. And if you hold on for too long, it explodes. So what you got to find is you got to find illegal items and tap on the illegal item, not around the illegal item. If you tap around the illegal item, it takes a little bit longer for them to find you. You have to wait, and you don't get as many points. So if someone is legal, so that's a legal person, you can just push them along to hurry up. And that is essentially the game. You can change these to make people go faster or slower. So this man here at the back, you can actually have him fast track to the front if you want to do that. If you go to the logbook, you can see all the illegal items or the legal items and any rare items you find while you're playing. So let's get out of that a sec and go back to the main menu and show you guys the in-app purchases bit. So if you go to the X-ray shop, you can buy upgrades for your X-rays. You can actually buy new X-ray machines, including an arcade one, which looks quite nice. And you can actually buy new airports as well. So we got Honolulu and Vegas and Chicago, but we got to buy London and Aspen. And in order to buy, you either keep playing for a long time, or you can get more keep calling them tower bucks. You can get more X-ray bucks by clicking on buy X-ray bucks at the bottom. And that is essentially the game. There is a bonus game in there that once you've finished putting everyone's luggage through, you can choose whether you want to put them through for crimes, like small crimes or big crimes, but obviously the bigger the crime you try and put them through for, the bigger the risk.
So wondering how many people have weapons in their luggage.
It does concern me a lot. But it is a really fun game, and pick it up. It's the third free game in the App Store at the moment, so go pick it up. That's where I found it. And that's that.
Yeah, so it does pretty much allow you to be airport security, doesn't it? Right, so that's the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. You can find us in the usual places. You can email us at techbrits@gmail.com.
Yep.
Follow us on Twitter, and follow me, Ryan, at gadget_Ryan.
And me at George Lim. It's J's instead of GE's.
So again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and hopefully we shall see you next week.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Ciao.